Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Resident Evil Village. Um, I have a little bit of bad news. I'm a little bit bummed out about it. I ended up losing a bunch of footage. Well, not losing. I have the footage. I lost the audio. I recorded about a 90-minute session. I guess it was closer to 100 minutes yesterday. Um, that I was going to break up into two episodes, and only after I finished recording, I was checking the file, and like somehow or another, it just altogether stopped working. Like there was just no audio track basically, and I messed around in OBS, and it was like for some reason or another, OBS basically decided to stop detecting my microphone. Or like I had my microphone selected, but in the microphone properties, it didn't actually have the microphone profile connected to the hardware. Um, so I'm a little bit bummed out by that because they were really good sessions, and in general, I don't like. I don't want to have to re-record things. I think it's kind of like a waste of my time, and it's also it's not fun. It's not. Yeah, in the case of this game in particular, we're also not going to get like my immediate raw reactions. We're going to be seeing like a filtered version of the game, which although we do that for plenty of other games, um, I didn't really want to do it for this one. Um, I'm going to kind of know exactly where to go, and this will probably end up being one episode because I will probably do it a lot faster. I hope I do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would say I hope I do it faster, but I there's certain things that I'm not going to need to waste my time with because there's going to be certain areas I know I can't check, or certain areas that like I know I don't need to check. Uh, One, for example, the House Beneviento treasure. It seems I went down that path, and it seems as though I just can't. They've kind of locked me out of that area, which is a bummer because I would have liked to have gone back and gotten that treasure. Um, but that's no longer an option to me, and I know that because I played this all yesterday. So what I did yesterday was most of the first episode was uh, boating around and doing a little bit of treasure, doing a little exploration. Um, and then we head down the path to the stronghold as our good buddy uh, Heisenberg told us to. And there's kind of two paths to go down there. One of them I think is optional and kind of has like a boss. Um, and then there's the main path to the stronghold. And that's kind of another reason that I'm a little bit bummed out by having to replay this. As a really moderate spoiler, not that it was too hard to figure out what it was going to be. But the stronghold is like a combat gauntlet, kind of. And I actually did really well in my first recording, I think. Which is unfortunate. Like, I don't know if I will execute as well. I didn't die a single time in the footage. Didn't die a single time. I was pretty good about weapon usage. It wasn't exactly like a perfect run, so to speak. Oh, wrong one. It wasn't like 100% perfect, but I did well enough that I feel like I don't know if I will do as well this time. There are also a handful of like kind of cool cinematic moments as well that I don't know if I'll be able to replicate. In fact, I probably won't be able to replicate, which is a bummer. But like I had a bunch of really, really good pipe bomb placements in particular where I was like, killing 4 or 5 lichens at the same time, which was very cool, very satisfying. I also know that, yeah, at first, again, I guess I don't want to linger too long, but like, I know what this puzzle is. Not that it's much of a puzzle, but, you know. And there's going to be another one on the opposite side of the river that's similarly. I'm going to know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Which, it's not that these were enormously complicated, but, you know, it was cool doing them the first time and being able to react to them. That's the large ruby that fits into the necklace. Is there anything else down here? Yes. What are we missing, I wonder? I probably missed, well, that's the other thing, is that, like, I was pretty good about sweeping a bunch of places, and I'm kind of annoyed that I have to do that again. I'm gonna have to, like, sweep a bunch of locations for items, because that's kind of... It's not the worst part of the game, but it's, like... not something I love doing. I might have already kind of screwed myself out of it. If there was something else up there that I missed, I don't think we can go back. Those details I don't remember precisely. In any case, yeah, this section is fun, and I think on future playthroughs I will look forward to it. Because it's cool and satisfying and cinematic, but like doing it 2 days in a row after having really good footage kind of go to waste. Really unfortunate. Another one is, yeah, this one. We have another treasure room, and I didn't know that we were coming back to treasure rooms. I honestly didn't actually know what the point of the boat was going to be. It's kind of cool, though. I thought there was going to be a chance to go back to the castle, or I was hoping for that, at least. Anything else in here? No, here's an odd and funny thing we're going to have to do. Hi. No. Oh, there we go. Come on. Follow me now, buddy. I can't pick up a stick as Ethan. Golden Lady statue. More magnum ammo, which will definitely come in handy. And that was actually an infinite spawner. If you kept killing the guy who came out, another guy would keep arriving. Or like more guys would keep crawling out from under the way. It actually took me a few attempts. I really didn't get it. I was trying to make the thing swing. I think that's everything on this side. Now we have some cool plot advancement stuff over on the other side. I guess the other bummer of having to repeat this is I do need to try to cover some of the commentary areas that I hit on last time, because I do think I touched on some good stuff. So last time, not meaning the last time I recorded this section, but last time I recorded the previous section, I said that I was going to talk a little bit more about the theme of family and Lovecraft. I do think it's quite relevant to all of these things, but family in general is really, really present, I suppose you could say, in a lot of Gothic fiction. Finest fish. No other fish in here? Don't think so. Family is really present in a lot of Gothic fiction. I think it was a really present topic. I mean, for almost all pre-modern people, so to speak, family was so crucial, I guess you could say, to everything you did and everything in the world. It's a topic I think high on everyone's minds. Lots of explosive rounds and things. Antique coin. Intricately designed coin. Looks like one from the Baker house. There's a foregrip for the shotgun, which increases rate of fire. Handgun ammo. Already equipped. DNA sequencing complete. 99.95% match to the Dolby mutamycete. The deviation of 0.5% can presumably be attributed to artificial changes by humans, which means this is probably the source. Further investigation into how the connections managed to find and extract the mold is needed. The fungal colony is spread out under the entire village. When you take the Baker incident into account, the hosts of the mutamycete are part of a network of consciousnesses. If that network is linked to here, then we could assume this organism here is data storage. If that's the case, then what data is Miranda after? We can now see a massive mold beast alive under this cave. So that sort of confirms my suspicions from much earlier in the game that indeed this is the mold from RE7, on top of which it is also the origin point. So we are kind of like inextricably drawn back to origin, which I guess sort of relates to this Gothic family thing. The idea of family as being kind of predestination is a really big thing for pre-modern societies in general. Like, the attitude still exists today, for that matter. But this idea that, like, what family you're from, whether due to genetics or some kind of, like, cosmic fate, or something, like, in the blood, is very widely perceived. And it influences a lot of these things, because I do think you have this transitive experience of transitioning from one family to another by way of whether it's a vampire bite or a werewolf bite, It is a... It's an experience. Now, did I... So I can't get Beneviento. I did the vineyard one. Well, you know what I'm actually not going to save? Because I might continue from yesterday's save rather than this one.
Shall I choose something for you? Ah!
We're going to build up some money.
A good deal.
Oh, actually, let's also double check. I can't remember what order I upgraded things in, so we're going to have to deal with that also while I figure these things out. I do think I just...
Delighted to.
Ultimately, I did, like, max everything, I believe.
Leave this to me. I've procured some new items. Have a wonderful adventure.
And... Was it last episode, or was it a different session altogether that I saw the roof goat? Must have seen the roof goat in a different session, but there was one up there that I shot. What else do we have? We can get the fish. Sorry, just got a work text. Okay, I think if we just can get the fish from the graveyard. Which direction is that? Oh, it is this way. It's not the graveyard, it's the path to house. Castle, I suppose, not house. We'll be able to get almost all the food upgrades before the end of the game. Or at least like by the end of this episode, which is also kind of exciting. Okie doke. Time for the combat gauntlet, everybody. One of, well, two separate combat gauntlets, in fact, which is going to be quite something. Though I think I'm going to try to be a little bit more conservative with my magnum ammo, because I used almost all of it in the first one. Saving it for the second will be nice. So, up the path that he didn't tell us to go to. Big mysterious house. We have some red barrels out here, which immediately says combat arena. A path surrounded by bones. I predicted initially that this might be the witch's house, the old woman, the crone. It is not, and this door is in fact locked. Which encouraged me to go around to the other side. Is there anything over here? I can't remember that either. Herbs or such, maybe? Maybe not. Barrels, though, yes. Oh, hello? Hello, Piggy. Meat. Which we're going to be getting plenty more of shortly. Into the mysterious door we go. Dripping bodies and skulls from hooks. We see a big boy. Like the big boy with the hammer, but this one's different. Instead of having hair, he doesn't have hair. With 8 total shots, so let's try to limit it to 4 in this fight. Ow. Oh, and I clipped through the floor. Cool. Or he destroyed it? There he goes. We used less ammo. I think I just used magnum ammo on him the first time, and I think I used 6. And that was maybe enough to just completely take him down. Which, like, I don't totally regret, but, like, having a little extra helps. Remembering that this gun is also full auto certainly is useful, I would say. What am I missing in here? Anyway, family was always on Lovecraft's mind. I think I mentioned in one of the Moreau episodes that Lovecraft had kind of a tumultuous family background. Not that you know, justifies any of his numerous issues, but like I think the concerns that he had about all these issues that came about as a result of his parents' health certainly resulted in him being really, really paranoid about blood and about family and about a lot of stuff. The fishing village that Moreau was at reminded me a lot, in particular, of people will see it and immediately think of Bloodborne, of course, the fishing hamlet there, but both of those are kind of references to Lovecraft's fear of the ocean. And he was terrified of the ocean because of the unknown, but also, I think, because of certain ideas that his parents sort of instilled in him. But sort of later career for Lovecraft, he became really he became a little bit desperate after his divorce, and after years of issues going back and forth of productivity and non-productivity, he eventually put out the story that he himself, I believe, was not actually very happy with, and really illustrates a lot of his racism, basically. But on a prose level, it's one of his most exciting and readable stories, but it's called Shadow over Innsmouth, and that fishing village is very much reminiscent of that. And there's this idea that it's this village of people who initially seem weird. They're weird in behavior and very insular, and they also look weird. And they're supposed to look kind of fishy, and it's of course revealed that like this is the result of them inbreeding, not with each other forever, but like for a long time now, for a century or more, they've been breeding with these like fish people. This cyclopean sort of evil Atlantis kind of situation, some kind of civilization under the sea. Examine. July 8th. Today's the day the jolly merchant stops by. He always gives me old newspapers. I know Miranda forbids them, but news of the outside world is always so fascinating. There was one thing that piqued my interest in the last one. It was an article about some medicine company. I don't remember the name, but their emblem looked familiar. It was the same symbol on the giant's chalice. I'm pretty sure I saw the same one painted on the walls in the cave, too. That radiating umbrella image really stands out. What's some outsider company emblem doing here? I wondered if it had anything to do with that man who stayed here all those years ago. Nah, I'm overthinking it. So the plot thickens further. Someone, maybe from Umbrella, either came here and left the logo, or someone came from Umbrella and appropriated the logo. Father Nicola's statue. So Shadow over Innsmouth, the big twist at the end of the story after this very like harrowing chase sequence where like the protagonist is not dissimilar to like the Lycan scene at the beginning of this game, like desperately trying to escape the attention of this like roving mob of fish people who presumably are trying to kill him. But he escapes. He gets out of Innsmouth. He does more research. And he finds out, of course, that he is part of this bloodline. He is, you know, a descendant of this wretched family, I suppose, of fish people, and that's supposed to be the kind of like horrendous world-shattering twist at the end of the story, which of course is Lovecraft kind of like venting some kind of like highly offensive rage or something, where he's like shuddering with paranoia about like the nightmare of waking up one day and learning that you're mixed race is like, I think, a big influence on that story. And I've heard actually that like
Yes.
I heard speculation once, and I don't know to what degree it's correct, but or to what degree it's true, but I heard Lovecraft, he was very anti-Semitic, unsurprisingly. Nicola is one of the four founders, it says, presumably of the Beneviento family, pardon me.
Splendid. Do you know its worth?
And oh, right.
Carry on. We've gathered all the ingredients. Now. Apologies for the wait. Here's your share.
I think we're one
Not a bad dish.
fish. Yeah, we're one fish short for San Male de Peste.
I'm skilled at all sorts of weapons modifications, and will do them for a small fee. Looking forward to testing it out.
Those were really useful, so I think I will buy them. Because I have to re-record this, and this isn't the file. This isn't the file I'm gonna use.
Good day then.
Wait, how many shots do I have? 137?
Oh, yes.
Dang. Supplies. I'm not going to use this file. I will, when I reload, I'll swap over
Thank you for your purchase.
to my other save
Please
file,
come again.
but just to make sure this isn't any harder than I want it to be, I'm going to get a little extra ammo. But yeah, the family thing strikes me. Both Mother Miranda seems interested in reclaiming a child. She's created this family in a roundabout way by way of Domitresque, and all these others. Oh, sorry. I still hear them, but don't see. Where are you, boys? I know you're around. I should actually save that ammo. Just checking. Ow. Huh. Funny. Same thing happened last time. Guy flanked me while I was facing... trying to push him away. Didn't quite work. Ow. I love when they keep doing this. Makes it nice and easy. Hop down, grab our stuff, run back up. You know, the idea that family is like a big thing in this game, you know, you could try to propose it as being this like scientific thing, that like the mold itself fundamentally like seeks this kind of like social structure or something of the family. which I think is not a bad read. More than that, though, I do think there's something to be said. I talked about it a little bit in my Resident Evil 7 playthrough, but like in
Get this door open.
in Skin Shows by Judith Halberstrom, she talks about this idea that like the Gothic genre is this like engine for generating meaning, which sounds quite I don't know if we can actually shoot those down, but I did see there's an achievement for it. She talks about how like the Gothic genre just like generates meaning like it would be generating energy. And because it is just this like engine for generating meaning, trying to pin down a single purpose is almost like folly unto itself. Well, it's not that it's folly, it's just that like things in the Gothic genre like create and then discard meaning so rapidly that it's almost not worth worrying about, or like you can appreciate a motif in a moment, but like accept that that meaning will be gone just about as quickly as it was made. Here we are, everybody. We're at the stronghold. In we go. And I don't know how well this'll go. I might actually put the pipe bombs on my... Oh, on my shortcut bar, I meant to say. Oh, I should actually put... There we go. So as with this game, you do get this, like, I think this encapsulates the Gothic genre in a lot of beautiful ways, because we're, like, so rapidly moving through this like, tour of meaning.
This must be their den.
Okay. Time to run through and see how quickly we can do this. Oh. That wasn't great. Come on, boys. Ow. Already, I would say maybe not doing as well as I was last time. But that's okay. I think this is kind of an arena designed to be played multiple ways.
Okay, big guy.
And here's where this comes in handy, among other things. Perfect crystal skull. There we go. That wasn't too bad. More magnum ammo. Excellent. I forgot that being there. Let's preload. So yeah, when I try to talk about interpretation in these games, I don't want to ever imply that this is like inherently what the creators intended, or even that that this is like the right read. I think especially with horror, there is a desire to leave some kind of open ambiguity that like opens the door to your own anxieties kind of filling the gaps. The king's orders finally arrived. Withdraw. It is most vexing that we must abandon the border stronghold to those heretics. But if I had a little more time, I know I might be able to turn the tides of this battle. Nay, I should not put on airs. It is my curiosity that ties me to this place. There are a number of ruins in the vicinity which the locals say are very ancient. The ceremony site with 4 giant statues. The caves with murals carved onto the walls. The stone plinth they call the giant's chalice. Where did the people who built them come from? Where did they go to? It irks me that we must abandon this place without knowing. Good questions. I wonder those things too. And here we have the big boy. Apparently his name is Urias, or Urias. Oh, I already advanced him a phase. Nice. Well, and now that that's done... Ow. Ow. Let's put this on 1. Let's heal up real quick. Ow. Ow. Oh, his hammer got me stuck. Okay. There goes
Shit.
Urias. Or Urias. Crystal hammer again. It's URIA, and then it has an aspirated S, which I believe it's called an aspirated S. It's not a true SH sound. It's more like I don't know. Like you're supposed to kind of, I don't know. There's like a weird drag on it, you could say. But okay, everybody, here's our reward. Room full of shinies. And are we clear? We're clear. So that was the stronghold, everyone. I do wonder to what degree, though, Ethan's part in this is planned. So the fact that he was kept alive, I think is very peculiar to begin with. And there is a part of me that has not been resolved by anything I have yet found that wonders, are the Lycans out of control or something, and Ethan is being used to wipe them out. Torso flask.
What?
You're the real deal, Ethan. Well done.
Quit hiding, asshole. I'm not letting you get out of this.
Cool your jets. Just a little bit more, and you're all wrapped up. I'll lend you a hand. So in exchange...
In exchange, what?
First of all, come to me. Put all the flasks in the altar, and I'm sure you'll figure the rest out. See you, Ethan.
God damn it.
So as said, I wonder if Heisenberg is using me in some capacity. Because it does strike me, if there is some kind of weird family building thing, like, is Ethan meant to become the father? Guglielmo's plate, or Guglielmo. such as Marconi, the inventor of the radio, and that name. Is Ethan part of the ritual? Is this being done? Is he not just collateral damage, or is he actually somehow part of all this? Because, I mean, that was sort of the case in 7 also. Like, it was a trap to, like, make him part of the family. And I wonder, is something similar going on, or what? But the mysteries keep getting deeper, and deeper we go. Interned below the graves. I forget if there's anything in these rooms. Shotgun ammo is appreciated. I used quite a bit. Chem fluid is appreciated. Photo of a phantom fish. Well, that's the one I already got, the good fish. And here we find a document that only deepens the mystery. Cadeau implantation notes. Subjects 174 through 181. Subject 174, Mihai M. Characteristics: 21, male, silversmith. Scars from pneumonia. Results: low affinity. Cadeau failed to grow. Body transformation: drop in cognition. Another lichen. Sent to pasture. Subject 177, Bernadette B. Characteristics: 21, female, no occupation, no history of illness. Results: death. Subjects 181, Alcina D. aka Lady Domitresque. Characteristics: 44, female, noble descendant, not from the village, hereditary blood disease. Results: very high affinity, no loss of cognition, arbitrarily able to control body transformation, applied cognition control procedure, sent for observation. So we know she was once human. I guess that's true of vampires as well, but she was tested on. She was implanted with a Cadeau, and that's how she became what she would become. She already was rich, already was a noble. Oh, sorry, if you hear background audio, I think there's people in my back alley having a birthday party. Back deck area thing. Sorry. Anyway. Applied cognition control procedure. So, she was not independent. She had perhaps imprinted on her, much in the way Evelyn had imprinted on her, some kind of notion of the family. I'm wondering if that was the case, at least. And that sort of makes sense. Like, if there was some kind of, like, presuming that Mother Miranda is indeed at the heart of all this, if she implanted this notion onto Domitresque to begin with, I wonder if there was some kind of extension of that training which led to this result of Domitresque also being, having desire to create daughters herself. Wanted to see if it rang. Well, we got through the gauntlet, everybody, for a second time. I'm going the wrong way. I hear this area has repopulated with monsters. We're still short a fish. I hear you. Don't want to deal with you, though. Big boy, wherever you are. But was Miranda? I do wonder, is it...
It's my greatest pleasure to see you return alive.
Hello. I'm happy to see you too. Buddy. My friend.
Splendid. Do you know what it's worth?
I'm just gonna give him everything I have just to clear inventory
I've gotten
space.
some new stock.
You don't really have new stock. You have the same old stuff. None of these really have upgrades that I can buy currently. Which makes me wonder if there really is more game than initially expected.
All finished.
The fact that there's so many upgrades left
Food is life.
makes me wonder if there's
Good day,
quite a
then.
bit more game than expected. I guess I didn't really need to do all that because we're going to continue from the other save file, but... I don't know. I could continue from this one too. We didn't do much better or much worse, so...
What?
I maybe took a little more damage this time, but I did also do it way faster. So... here we go. Oh yeah, in fact, we could have known this whole time. To the horse. Heisenberg. Horsepower. Machines. Factory.
What's going on?
Some kind of rumble. I wonder if the mold underneath the village is causing that. Some kind of superorganism. Which is actually kind of a thing. Like, there are these, like, mycelia in the real world that are, like, the size of entire forests. Because they're just these, like, spread thin networks. And thus, we have placed the chalice, and up from the water springs. Bridge. Why the ritual place of all things would go to the factory is a bit peculiar to me. Yet to be determined. That's another umbrella logo. Even came together as such, which does make me think at this stage the umbrella logo was born here and Umbrella appropriated it. I would think that's the case because those big panels came together as the logo, and presumably when the note mentioned the idea that somebody came here a while ago, pharmaceuticals company or whatever, that has to be much more recent a note than the
kid even. It'll be fine. Ha!
than the foundry note.
Across the bridge.
The stronghold note indicating that these ruins have been here for hundreds of years. We also now get the eerie heartthrob audio of my daughter's essence, allegedly. I still wonder if that's just straight up a lie. Like, we don't necessarily have reason to believe that the Duke is telling the truth. Or, like, I think he's telling the truth, but, like, he might be. I don't know. Like, we don't necessarily have extensive reason to trust him. So, we'll see if he is a betrayer of some sort, ultimately. Anyway, this is where I ended last time, so this is where I'm going to end this time. Sorry for all my whining this episode. I hope you enjoyed yourselves anyway. The Gauntlet was fun. It was exciting. In future playthroughs, I will be more eager to play it again. And I imagine that's got to be one of the, like, the inside of the Stronghold has got to be one of the maps in Mercenaries mode. It feels like a map that you are designed to run around in circles in a bunch of directions to keep kiting enemies. I don't know how much I'll do Mercenaries mode, but I'm a little intrigued. We'll see. So anyway, let's try it. Why not? Yeah, I'm 20 minutes faster than last time. At least 20 minutes. It might have been more, actually. 20 minutes according to the in-game time. I don't know how that accounts for, like, pausing and me doing more crafting in the menu and making more decisions and such. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, always. We'll see you soon. We're getting close to wrapping up the game, I'm sure. I would think that we have maybe just 2 or 3 more episodes, but I don't know. The factory looks big. It could very well be a huge thing, and the Duke has a lot of upgrades left to go, so for all I know, there's quite a bit of game remaining. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I'll see with you next episode.